Have you ever felt like one day, being around people just became too much? Like the same conversations that once made you laugh now feel empty, and the people you used to enjoy suddenly drain you? It's strange, isn't it? You can be sitting in a room full of people you know, smiling, listening, pretending you're okay, but inside, something feels off. You can't explain it, but it's like your heart has quietly walked out of the room. You start to feel tired, not just physically, but deep in your soul. You wonder if you've changed, or maybe everyone else has. You try to act normal, to blend in like before, but it's no use. The laughter feels forced, the words feel meaningless, and you find yourself craving silence more than company. If you've ever felt this way, you're not alone. You're not losing your mind. You're awakening. Something happens after you start to awaken. Your soul begins to crave truth. The masks that once felt comfortable start to suffocate you. You begin to notice things you never saw before. The energy behind people's words, the tension behind their smiles, the fear hiding in their laughter. You see beyond appearances. You hear what isn't being said. And suddenly, you can't pretend anymore. You can't fake interest in conversations that go nowhere. You can't stay in rooms filled with gossip and noise. You can't laugh at things that don't feel funny. Your soul starts rejecting everything that doesn't match your new frequency. And that rejection shows up as exhaustion. That's why you feel tired after social interactions. It's not that you've become antisocial or cold. It's that your energy is becoming sacred. Before your awakening, you could tolerate anything just to belong. You played along, agreed with things you didn't believe in, and kept people close just to avoid loneliness. But now, your soul is done pretending. You no longer find comfort in what's fake. You no longer chase approval. You no longer seek validation from people who can't see you. This shift is painful because it feels like you're losing everything: your friends, your interests, your place in the world. But what's really happening is that your soul is cleaning house. It's removing everything that no longer aligns with who you are becoming. It's like a snake shedding its old skin. It doesn't hate the old layer. It simply can't fit inside it anymore. You start noticing how drained you feel after certain conversations. You pick up on energy you never noticed before. The hidden frustration, jealousy, or emptiness behind other people's words. You realize that half the time, people talk just to fill silence, not to connect. They complain, gossip, and repeat the same stories over and over. Before, you might have listened and nodded, but now, your soul gets restless. It whispers, "This isn't for me anymore." You try to stay polite, but inside, you're counting the minutes until you can leave. You start craving quiet spaces, nature, your room, long walks alone. Solitude becomes your peace. You don't want to talk as much. You don't want to explain yourself. You just want to breathe. This can make you feel guilty. You might think something's wrong with you because you used to be so social. People might say, "You've changed," and they'll be right. But what they really mean is, "You're no longer who I need you to be." They miss the version of you who always said yes, who always smiled, who played along. But that version of you was tired. That version of you existed to please others. The new you honors your peace. And peace often comes with distance. It's not that you hate people. You just love your energy too much to waste it. You'll notice that as you grow, some relationships start to fade. The calls become less frequent. The conversations become shorter. You stop getting invited to certain things. It might hurt at first, but slowly, you begin to understand that this is not rejection, it's redirection. The universe is clearing space around you so that what truly belongs can enter. It's painful because the human part of you misses the connection, but the soul part of you knows that holding on would only slow you down. You're not meant to carry everyone with you. Some people were only meant to walk with you for a chapter, not a lifetime. You'll start to see the difference between people who feed your soul and people who drain it. The ones who truly love you will understand your silence. They won't take your distance personally. They'll know you're not avoiding them. You're protecting your energy. But others will get upset. They'll try to guilt you back into old patterns. They'll say you've become distant or arrogant. Don't let their words pull you back. People who benefit from your lack of boundaries will always see your peace as an insult. But your awakening isn't about keeping everyone happy. It's about finally making your soul feel safe. You may find yourself sitting alone more often, not because you're lonely, but because you enjoy your own company. You start realizing how peaceful it feels not to explain yourself, not to perform, not to please. You spend more time in stillness, and in that stillness, something beautiful happens. You start hearing your own voice again. You begin to understand what truly makes you happy. You start seeing the beauty in simple moments, a sunrise, a deep breath, a quiet night. You start remembering who you are underneath all the noise. At first, the silence feels strange. You might miss the chaos you once called comfort, but over time, you realize the peace you feel now is worth more than any crowd you used to please. You start canceling plans without guilt. You stop forcing conversations that feel empty. You stop chasing people who make you feel unseen. You stop apologizing for choosing yourself. That's not selfishness, it's self-respect. Your energy is not endless. Your peace is precious. Not everyone deserves access to it. And then one day, something shifts. You stop missing the noise. You stop explaining your silence. You stop craving attention. You stop needing validation. Instead, you start craving authenticity. You crave people who feel like peace, not chaos. You crave conversations that feed your soul, not drain it. You crave connections that don't require you to shrink. And that's when new souls begin to find you. People who understand your silence, who speak with their hearts, who don't drain your energy but recharge it. These people feel different because they are different. They see you, not your mask. They listen, not to reply, but to understand. They respect your boundaries. They honor your energy. And being with them doesn't feel tiring. It feels like home. But before you meet these souls, you'll be tested. The universe will isolate you to see if you can love yourself first. It will ask you to sit with your loneliness, to face your shadows, to rest instead of running. It will take away the noise so you can finally hear your own soul. This part of the journey feels lonely, but it's sacred. It's where you stop chasing the world and start finding yourself. It's where healing happens, not in the crowd, but in the quiet. Sometimes you'll cry for no reason. Sometimes you'll miss people who no longer fit your life. Sometimes you'll doubt if this path is even worth it. But then you'll have moments of deep peace, moments when you realize you don't miss what you lost. You don't crave what you've outgrown. You feel lighter, calmer, clearer. That's your soul telling you're on the right path. You're not disconnected, you're aligning. You're not cold, you're conscious. You're not broken, you're blooming. So if you're feeling tired of people right now, don't fight it. Don't rush to fix it. Don't force yourself to be who you were. Let the tiredness guide you. Let the silence hold you. Let yourself rest. Because this exhaustion isn't the end, it's the beginning. It's your soul asking for peace. It's your spirit asking for space. It's life telling you to stop pouring yourself into places that no longer pour back. When you honor that message, you begin to attract everything that truly belongs to you. One day, you'll wake up and realize that being alone no longer feels like loneliness. It feels like freedom. You'll realize that you didn't lose people. You released energy that wasn't meant for your next chapter. You'll look back and thank the ones who left for teaching you how to love yourself better. You'll thank the silence for helping you hear your truth. And you'll thank your own courage for walking away from what didn't serve your peace. Because at the end of it all, awakening isn't about running away from the world. It's about finally coming home to yourself. It's about remembering that your worth isn't measured by how many people like you, but by how deeply you can sit in your own truth. You don't need to chase connection to feel whole. You are already whole. You don't need to fill every silence with noise. That silence is where your soul breathes. And once you understand that, nothing and no one can drain you again. So if you feel tired, let yourself be tired. If you feel distant, let yourself be distant. You're not falling apart. You're falling into alignment. You're not losing people. You're finding peace. You're not changing for the worse. You're awakening to who you've always been. This is not the end of your story. It's the beginning of your truth.